Alright, what's going on, guys? It's the house here, and I just want to apologize for the lack of videos. October or September, when I had videos planned, I had quite a few videos planned. A couple things happened, and I just had to like pause. What I mean by that is after I made my first video, I believe it was like the second week of September, or something like that. I'll have to check back, and you guys can even look. But the last weekend of September, or second to last weekend, me, my mom, my stepdad went to a fair, and that night we went to a fair. It was the tractor pulls. In case any of the country people out there, people don't know what they are, but I'm not gonna bother explaining. And on the way home, we were on Route 44 in Connecticut, the main road, and we were up by Norfolk at the Botel Elementary School where I used to go to school in 6th grade. And we were going up the road, and there was a pickup truck in front of us with a box trailer, big one, so we couldn't really see what was going on. But the guy stopped, and basically when we were going down the road, there was a little road that went up, and first he had turned, so we had thought, okay, maybe he's going up that road and he just forgot to use his blinker or whatever. But then out of nowhere, he really turned and was in the other lane. So we were confused, and next thing you knew, there was just headlights coming our way, and there was nothing we could do. And most of you out there are probably like, oh, you're just being a chicken, and no, I'm not. It's really a scary thing, because it was a head-on crash, and normally those aren't very good. Those are sometimes very, very destructive. Luckily, in case any of you guys watching follow me on Instagram, it's at TonyTony2929. It's Tony, how you think you spell, so T-O-N-Y, then T-O-N-I, 929. I will be making, okay, you know what, really? I have Dozer right here, he won't leave me alone. But anyway, so we hit a lady's car, and we were in my stepdad's Jeep, which has a 3/4 inch thick steel bumper on it, and thank God it was like that and it was lifted up. In case any of you know what a Subaru Forester is, it's an SUV, so it's kind of interesting that we hit an SUV and completely totaled this lady's car. If I can, I'll somehow throw the pictures on here right about now. But it was scary. People always ask about it, and it's hard to talk about it because it's something that you witnessed and you saw, and it was just a crazy moment. It's one of those things that it's like not really a joke. Like normally you think, oh, like you were going down the highway and like you stopped and someone just tapped your rear bumper and that's whatever. Like someone tapped your side, but that T-bone crash is like the second worst ones because it hits right in the side of your car. But a head-on crash is pretty it's just scary. That's all it is. And when you're going 45 miles an hour and the other lady's going 50, 60, and then she smashes into you, and then all of a sudden you're not moving, and you look and you're sitting there and you're looking at this car and you're like, holy crap, we just like smashed into this lady. And we totaled her car, and I always kind of laugh at this part. It's like the only part I laugh at about it is that the Jeep was not totaled at all. It was actually, it drove home that day. So I think the scariest part is that morning my stepdad was doing work on the stereo and he couldn't get to work, so we almost took the Mercedes-Benz. And it's a C-Class, so it's a 4-door sedan, so it's a lot lower-ish than the car, than that Forester. But can you stop those? It's a lot lower than that Forester, so if we hit that car with the Mercedes how fast we were going, I might not have been here to tell that story. But something that day, George's mom, who passed away a while ago, someone told him, get that goddamn thing done because something bad might happen today. Something just said, let's get this done, who cares, you're taking that Jeep because it's going to save your life. And it did, it saved our lives. And I was so glad he got another one because he had a gray one. And he sold it, and I was like, alright, so if an accident happens one day and we're in one of those cars, it's just not going to be fun because that car is a lot smaller, a lot less protective as the Jeep is because it's a lot bigger. But thanks to that bumper, there was minor damage done. The frame got bent, but you can fix that. The bumper was all smashed in. But it was actually so loud that when my mom went to work a couple of days later, that the doctor that she works for said that someone that he knew lived on that side road, and it shook her house because of how hard we hit that lady's car. And it's scary to think that even from our point of view, it's like scary the fact that we could have killed that lady. Well, okay. Sorry. Here, 2 dogs are tired. But it's scary to think that if we were going any faster, or she was going any faster, we could have killed her. To give an example is that, say this would be her head, the bumper was about right here. So any faster, we would have hit her square in the face and she probably would have been dead. But it's just one of those things that night I could not sleep. It's just one of those things where it's crazy, like, especially since it was the middle of the night, so we had no idea what was really happening. You just saw the headlights coming straight at you, and that's when it was just like, you kind of just saw and you were like, here we go, just get ready. And to explain this, it's not like, oh, there's nothing you can do. But, my stepdad was a race car driver. He had a 1998 BMW M3, and it was a race car. And you figure he used to drive that thing down my kind of road, which is curvy, windy, has straights and all that. And he would do that at like 150 miles an hour. And at that point, there's nothing you can do. When a car's going 60 at you and you're going 45, that car's going to hit you no matter what. No matter which way you turn. Because the way it happened was that, I guess the guy in the truck in front of us said that the lady was going up and down the bank. So she swerved into our lane. And my stepdad tried to crank the wheel left to go left, but she ended up going that way. And when we hit head on, but not fully head on. We hit with our front right tire, and we actually bounced over her car, and we were on top of it. And it was just crazy. And normally car motors, in case you don't know this, I go to Oliver Wolcott Tech, so I'm learning about this stuff, and I knew most of this anyways. Is that when a car gets into a head-on crash, the motor's made to go down, but what happened was, because of the way the Jeep is shaped and the bumpers, we actually tore the top half of her motor off, sent it through the firewall and into her car. So if you were sitting in that lady's car, it's like the steering wheel's here and like part of the motor's right there. But it's crazy. It's just a lot of insane things. It's not a fun thing to be in. People are like, oh, head-on crashes are sometimes cool because, you know, you just smash into someone, and it's not a fun thing. Especially because when you get into a head-on crash, you just can't sleep that night. You won't be able to, because that night I must have gotten an hour of sleep, and with that hour, it was not a fun hour of sleeping, because what happens is like, when you're just laying there in a dark room, and you're like on your phone playing a game after that, you're just kind of sitting there, and you're still kind of shaking from it, and it's just, every time you try to close your eyes, you just keep seeing those headlights. At least that was me. I just kept seeing those headlights coming at us, and it was just keeping me awake. But and it was about an hour to get home from the fair, so with that hour of sleep, I relived the whole last moments. Like the last thing we saw at the fair, we were coming back and everything, I just saw the car and I heard everything again. It woke me up, and I was awake. But I mean, we totaled the lady's car, and when we hit, that lady's car was killed. Like, it just shut right off. Sorry, Bowser is like in sped mode. Alright, dude, chill out. I'm gonna put you in your crate. But we totaled that lady's car. Her car was completely off, and our car, the Jeep, was still sitting on top of that lady's car and was running. It didn't leak a single thing. Stop those. Chill out. Stop. Stop. Jesus. But, I'm gonna kill this dog. Not literally. He's like a spit. But, that's why I haven't been making videos. And I know you're probably like, oh, well, it's been almost a whole month since that happened. I know it has been, but it's just one of those things you don't want to live through and see. And, you know, the stepdad always said it. I wonder what would happen if a car hit us in that Jeep, and, well, we clearly found out. But, another kind of funny thing about that is, when the firefighters got there and they're looking at the image between her car and the Jeep, one of the firefighters talking to me goes, I know you're gonna crash, I know it's not a good time, but I gotta tell you something. That Jeep took it like it was a pebble in the road, and I always thought about that. I'm like, well, like, I'm so glad he got another one, because if it was in a Mercedes, it would just not have been a fun day. It's just, that's why I've been making videos. It shouldn't kind of like, when you're with that, you just don't want to like think about all that, and you still have that on your mind, and it's just a hard thing to get past. I figured I would make this video. I'm sorry it's a little long, but I just kind of had to explain what happened. But yeah, it was just kind of crazy. Surprisingly, I was actually about to start recording and be like, you know, like a little quick clip for like Instagram, like in the car at home from the fair, but phone was almost dead, and I was like about to do it and stuff, and I was like, you know what, nah, I don't need to. Put my phone away, and the next thing you know, we hit that car, and it was not fun. But I'm kind of getting over it. As you can see, I'm not joking around as much in this video than I was in my beginning video. This was like a serious thing. If I don't put the pictures in when I said I would, I'll put them in right at the end of the video so you can see what happened. It was crazy. It was just such a ballistic day. It was not fun. I mean, no crash is ever fun. Even if it's a small tap your bumper, it's kind of like crazy, because all of a sudden you stop and all of a sudden you get jerked forward and you're like, well, what just happened? You look and then there's a car literally right there. But this is more insane because you figure you hit that lady's car and then you stop and you open your eyes and you look, and then there's just a car. There's a lady in her car, has no idea what's going on, and you're just staring at her because you just smashed into her. But the other thing we found out is that she had no medical issues, but she had said at a gas station that she did not feel good, but she thinks she can make it to her destination, so she never remembered leaving the gas station or what even happened. She kind of like blacked out and just drove, and ended up hitting us. I guess she was swerving all over the road from the gas station. People were like beeping at her to get her back on the road. The guy in the truck in front of us was beeping at her to get her back on the side of the road, but who knows? I mean, it is just the scariest thing out of all of that, besides actually hitting her, is the fact that we could have killed her. It's not fun to think about, like, when the police come in, they're like, he goes, I know this is probably going to be a scary thing to think about, but he goes, if you're going any faster and she was going any faster, judging by where everything ended off at, was that you guys could have killed her. And it's just kind of like, you think of that and you could have just been like, you either could have gotten out of the car and just saw a lady not moving. You could be like, you know, you can think either she's passed out and we realize she's not breathing. That's when you know it's like, it's not a good feeling. But luckily she's alive. We haven't met with her yet at all. I don't think we even are going to, but it's just a tough thing to get over. You know, it took me a while to get over it. Like those first 2 nights, you just couldn't sleep, and it was like, it was one of those things where it's like, you know, when it first happened, you just hear everything unfold, and you're just like, oh my God, we just, the first thing I did was I got out of the car, I was shaking. Now, my worst issue is just looking at a lady and thinking like, oh, she's drunk or she's on drugs and that's why she hit us. but she had just blacked out of nowhere. No one knows why. But also I'm sorry if you hear Rambo. He's like gone retarded. He sees a reflection and he barks at it. That's why he's doing that. But so I ran to the guy in the truck. I was like, "Are you okay?" You know, his trailer got hit a tiny bit. I mean, we smashed the lady's car completely. Like the front end can't be repaired. Her wheel was like, her front wheel was split in half. All sorts of stuff, and it's just insane. But like I said, the most insane thing is when the cops come to you and be like, if you're going any faster, you could have killed this lady, and it's just like, you know, and you just think about that, and you're just like, you know, and it's just not fun to think about it. But besides that, we're gonna move off of the head-on crash stuff. Move on. I'm actually excited for Christmas break. I might be getting the brand new iPhone X or iPhone 10 for some of you people that are anal about saying it that way, but that's gonna be fun because it's gonna probably screen record a million times better than this phone does, even though this phone is nice at screen recording. But I'm gonna have videos coming out to you guys soon. I don't know about tomorrow, probably the next day, probably Friday. We'll figure it out. Of course, in Christmas, I'm gonna try to get who you remember as Texas Gas, Dumb and all that, to get him to start doing YouTube videos. I want to get him to do it because we could probably make a pretty good team. So I have plenty of videos planned. Racing Rival, CSR Racing 2, all sorts of games. I don't know what else I got. Even some videos of us doing some stuff. Like, we might go eventually, not in winter time, but Dozer, can you stop biting my shirt? I'll beat you up, dude. Not like not trampoline park yet. We might do that in the summer, hopefully. I'll get a video on that. But you know, it's just kind of tough to get over that, and then you still have to think about that and all that. In case you didn't know, Monday was actually my birthday, so if you want to comment a little late happy birthday in the comments, feel free. I just turned 15. Well, you know, that's what are you gonna do? And if you want, if any of you guys like any of those younger kids who like Minecraft and stuff, I'll teach you how to build some cool stuff in there. Dumb will teach you how to do some cool stuff, because I want to get him to collab so we can build some crazy redstone houses, because I'm really good at building houses. He's good at redstone work, and we can figure that out together. Do some insane stuff. Eventually I'll try to do some Xbox games. I'm not sure yet, but I don't know where we're gonna go with this at all. I'm just like, kind of like, you know, when I talk about the crash, it's just not fun, because you kind of go back and you think about it. It's not a fun thing to think about, really. Hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from about this, how it's kind of like, you want to get that out of your head, that like, you smashed your lady, you could have killed her. I mean, just the whole fact of you got in a crash in general, it's scary, it's not fun. And people are like, oh dude, sometimes a crash isn't that scary because it's just like a little tap. But this was different. This was going 45 miles an hour for us, and she was going 50 or 60. She was going fast. I was like, we stopped, and for me, my thing is like, I'll be like just leaning over against the door and like kind of looking down. If we stop, I'll like kind of look like, oh, maybe we're on our road. And we were so close. And I just remember looking. I saw the guy jerk to the other side of the road. I'm like, what's going on? I saw the headlights coming. I just looked at the headlights. I saw how fast we were going, and I shut my eyes, because it's just one of those things you just don't want to see it unfold. But I'm sorry this was such a kind of long video. I know you probably don't want. I shouldn't really be making long videos yet because it's not good for me, but that's what we're going to be rolling with. Until I get my own computer going, these videos are not going to be edited the best. I'm going to do it the best of my ability to edit it. But hopefully we'll get a video Friday. This has been The House, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.